Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street, your favorite podcast featuring Torio Van Grol of the Grol and Zack Chapaloni of the Bologna.
Wait, are you saying that it's their favorite podcast with Torio Van Grol and Zack Chapaloni, or their favorite podcast, New Thought, that happens to have?
Second one.
Got it. Okay.
This podcast happens to have some funny stuff. You guys are in for a treat. Hope you've been enjoying the show. If you do enjoy it, go ahead and click like on the YouTube videos. You know how that works. And click subscribe if you haven't already, which very few of you are left. The world is subscribing. So get with the movement. Don't be last. We're like an NFT pretty soon. Buy now while we're at our lowest.
So NFT's better or worse than a crypto?
I think a crypto is the opposite of a blood, though.
Oh, got it.
And you guys, go to hesbystreetpod.com if you want to see cool hoodies and beanies and stuff. Christmas is just around the corner. We're going to have a calendar coming out soon that is hilarious. So make sure you support the podcast. Buy 5 calendars and give them to strangers. It's going to have Torio's shirtless body on just about every month, plus a cover. And they're really fun, too. It's not like a creepy thing. Well, like maybe 1 or 2 are a creepy thing.
One of them, I have a gun to my head.
Dude, spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, it's from a movie. It's not like a call for help. Yeah, enjoy the show.
Patreon.com/Hesby Street.
Dude, you guys, did you know you can get an extra episode every week if you go to patreon.com/Hesby Street and just give us a few measly shekels?
That's it. Just a shekel or more.
Or if you want to be a top tier, you can give us a car. That's on there.
That's on there, yeah.
Pinks only. And then you can also go to anywhere you get podcasts. Go anywhere you get podcasts and hit that download button, dude.
Hit up the podcast store next to your 7-Eleven and be like, I'm here for a Hesby Street.
Yeah, be like,
and they'll give it to you.
And they'll be like, oh, dude, everything is nothing. Say no more, fam.
That's right.
Enjoy the show. Almost perfect jinx.
Dude, your eyebrow's coming back.
I've been willing it. I've been taking a lot of collagen powder.
Yeah, it's not gone. It's coming back.
It's not back.
No, but it's coming back. You can see
back.
the beginning. Like, it's all coming back.
You know how you talk to like a plant to grow?
Yeah.
I've been singing this weird, like, I don't know why it popped into my head, but I randomly go, I want my eyebrow to grow back, doo-da, doo-da.
Really?
Yeah. And
Dude.
I think it's been working.
I think it is working.
The hairs are kind of like, ooh.
Do you think, well, this is a little dark, but our good friend of the podcast, Tony Zavala, is in the hospital right now. So send your positive vibes to him. But do you think somehow that the balance in the universe you had to, in order to repair your eyebrow, you're taking that life force from Tony, and that's why he got hurt?
It could be. The universe is a mysterious place. But I'll tell you what's even more fucked up is you just flying over the fact that Tony's in the hospital to joke about my eyebrow. Send your prayers. It's a mystery what happened. We don't know if he'll make it. Zack, your face is goofy now.
Well, I never know. I am bad at it is tragic. Tony's okay.
Tony is okay.
He is healing.
Minor fracture
broke
in his leg.
I think it might be more than minor. It's two surgeries. It's a fracture.
It's a fracture, but it's near the knee, which makes it like a bitch.
Right. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, being in the hospital.
Yeah.
And having surgery sucks. We're not built for that.
Yeah, you're supposed to just die.
Back in the good old days,
you
go
just
like
lay
sprain
there.
an ankle and you go, it's swollen. Tell my family I love them.
Okay.
Wait, how far back did you go?
I went caveman. Back in the day, they'd let you heal.
Tell my family I feel warm. Word love is like we're 500 years ahead of it.
Yeah, we don't need.
Tell my family, Earth Spirit, return to me when near.
Yeah, I'm bad at sending my best.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
You know, I don't know how to connect to someone who's suffering.
Yeah, you say I've said I'm sorry, and I've seen people who've like lost someone, and they look at me like, "What are you doing?"
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I thought this is what everyone else who was in front of me in line did.
But then if you don't go, then you're worse. You got to show up for
Got to show up. You can't pull the I hate hospitals or I hate funerals.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Yeah, there's no way to do grief correctly, but I don't know if this is necessarily grief. It's support.
Right. Everything's going to be okay.
Everything's okay. Everything's temporary.
Yeah.
Try to focus on how lucky his head's okay.
That's what I do, man. I was like, Tony, you could have been in way worse shape.
Did we say it? He was in a bicycle accident.
Yeah, his bike got
His bike got fall over.
His bike got falled, and he on bike.
And then no longer on bike.
He fall off
and
bike.
No longer on leg.
Yeah. That sucks, man. I'm very grateful that it just a half an eyebrow. It's crazy.
Well,
I could have been way worse.
Well, so I found out on my drive up to San Francisco, and I'm a big believer in the threes, tragedy in threes. So I was like, damn, I drove so safe.
But you proceeded to get
Because
blacked
you
out
had the
when you
scooter.
arrived in San Francisco. You got blackout drunk.
Okay, but that was we got to tell the whole story.
That night.
Yeah, but that was a mistake. But I was safe.
Right.
I did everything safe.
Well, you were just saying like I couldn't stop thinking about God. Everything happens in threes.
Yeah, everything happens.
Could you make mine a triple? If you take this Jameson and do 3 more Jamesons in it.
So Friday,
it?
I drive up to San Francisco. This last minute David Spade theater gig, opening up. So
you don't need to name drop, dude.
No, but I got to explain why this happened.
Yeah, Torio opened for David Spade in San Francisco.
And so, when I booked it, I thought this is really cool. But then a lot of people were messaging me. Like, I know David Spade's a big deal, but like some people love David Spade.
Well, our generation grew up on him.
Totally. So like, I think I got so many messages that like it was that thing where it was like, oh, this is a bigger deal than even I thought.
I would have gone up and done it for free.
Totally. But I didn't because they do pay you.
No, totally.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it is a huge deal to me.
Totally. And so I did it. But the way it works is like, it's just, there's no like, I don't know what people think, even comics.
Right.
You think there's going to be pomp and circumstance to it. Like you're going to show up and there's going to be like, there's no red carpet. There's no like, there's no, well, not a red carpet, but you know what I mean? Like there's nothing, you walk in a side door, you do your 10 minutes, you barely meet them, and then you leave.
I think it's less about the red carpet and more like, dude, it's going to be you and David just kick. He's going to see, they think he's going to watch your set from the back and be like, this kid's got something. And all the people who are telling you that have seen you and know you have something. So it's not this insane, like maybe you'll get lucky and he'll like need blow that night. And like, it's like you're a good comic. And once he sees that, the rest will take care of itself. And it most often does not take care of itself in that sense.
No, they don't.
They see good comics all the time.
And they don't really watch your set. They just flew in. They're about to do their set. And it was also one of those things where like, I'm not even introducing them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, we said hi, we fist bumped. He said, thanks, good set, all that kind of stuff. And then that was it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like,
people think it's funny people. They think it's Adam Sandler's the superstar and you're the new comic with your notes out. Like, I do a thing about dicks. Is that okay? And he's like, dude, you remind me of a younger me. How'd you like to live together?
Right, exactly. And so the reason I'm bringing all that up is like, because then, the show starts at 8:15. I'm done at 8:25. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like my night's over. So I went to the comedy club, saw some friends.
There you go.
And I just felt like
basking a little bit of the David Spade glow.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
A little.
No, but it was more like I just didn't know what to do. So I just drank. I was like, I guess it's just because I felt like in my head it was like this night needed to be bigger than it was.
Yeah. Well,
I needed it to be.
Were you celebrating a little bit?
Yeah, it was a kind of it was like, Kyle was there. He's like, "Oh, tell me about it."
It's a milestone moment.
I'm trying to tell people about it, but there's no story.
It's right. It wasn't
Nothing
significant.
Happened, it's like, you got to perform for 1,000 people and David Spade, but it's like you're barely in it.
Yeah, right.
And so I just drank a lot.
Yeah,
and I blacked out.
You're like, we had a cool intimate moment. He was like, I think I have a hat like that. And then I was like,
not even that. That's what I'm saying. Like, not even that.
But even those minor things, you're like, whoa, yeah, we have the same hat.
Yeah.
He's got this hat. If you ever see him, tell him I got that hat.
Bring it up.
It was the thing we talked about. He will not forget it for the rest of his life. I promise you.
I'm sure he's thinking about it.
So you go drink.
Yeah. So I just,
I just pictured David Spade in a private jet on his phone doing a bunch of things. He's got like a whole team around him and he goes, Torio.
What a dumb name.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you guys have an affogato. That's funny.
No, he didn't even know my name.
Yeah. Right.
When he was on stage, because he had a feature act. So there's 3 of us. He said, hey, give it up for those guys. Bobby.
When I was a
Bobby
younger
and that
comic,
other guy,
that used
they
to
were
mean
good.
the world
I was
to me.
other guy.
When I was a younger comic, that meant the world. He referenced me. He said other guy, but
Yeah,
everyone in the room knows it was me. And not to like confuse the audience. In no way are we saying he's a dick. You know what I mean? Like
No,
that
he's not a dick.
coldness, that sort of like distance. Right. It's truly not personal.
No, he's at work.
He's working and he's got a million things to go through. And if you really want to do some deep digs on David Spade, you will find out he's been through some traumatic shit in this industry. Mainly his own assistant tried to kill him in his home and he almost succeeded. And like, I think David had a shotgun or a taser and like as he's like being choked, it was like a fucking 90s action movie, the way he retells the story. So as comics, like someone being cold and distant that you look up to, the more you mature, the more you realize like, oh, they have a ton of shit on their plate.
They're also about to do an hour of comedy.
Yeah.
That
if I'm doing an hour, I'm not like, so where are you from? Yeah. So where did you grow up though?
Yeah.
And you moved around a lot? Which city would you say was the most impactful?
Yeah. I though think I would try to connect with every opener.
We all do.
You know what I mean?
We all do.
Yeah.
You don't think David thought that when he was younger? Maybe not.
Oh, so yeah. No, I'm not calling him out. I just know that like I don't know, I like comics. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm the same way about fans. I think they even kind of know it based on some of the stuff I've said in the podcast.
Yeah.
But with comics, it's like, even if it's phony, it's nice to just like
be cordial. Yeah,
I mean, he was cordial. It doesn't matter. We can move on.
Totally.
But yeah, that was. I don't know if I got the point across, but does that make sense? Like, I just felt like
you needed to keep the party going.
Something.
Yeah.
I needed something out of the night.
You didn't want to just go to bed.
I didn't want. I was just like, it was like something. It didn't feel like I had done it yet.
Right.
And so
it wasn't enough.
It wasn't
for your tank. Yeah, your tank wasn't full.
Yeah.
I get that completely. I mean, that's me every show.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, this wasn't enough. Yeah. I did a half hour and I was drunk on that last 15. I was blacked out. And still, I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Is there a carnival open or something like about games thing? No? Just booze? Okay.
Well, fill it up. To the top.
To the top, yeah. Hard liquor.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is Cobb's is like, they've changed. The comedy club in San Francisco has changed their portion sizes.
What happened? Bigger?
They're bigger, man.
I think it's just for you. It's a friendly pour.
But also the drinks they're selling like amphitheater-sized beers now.
Oh.
You buy a beer.
It's a tall boy?
It's like a 30-ounce beer.
Ah.
If you buy a whiskey, the whiskeys are going to be stronger for us.
Like the big can or the big glass?
Big plastic cup. Everything's plastic now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you get like a Corona, when I was there for my last weekend, I was like, I don't want those big tap beers, so I'll get a Corona because I know those are in bottles. Yeah. And it was the big bottle.
Wow.
You know, like those big.
Yeah. And Mexicans call them caguamas.
Yeah. I was just like, all right, guys. Because that's a
nice chilled
It's
caguama?
honestly pretty shady because they know they have a 2-item minimum.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna make our items huge and expensive.
Right. Like we're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Getting to 2 is not gonna be a walk in the park.
It's not gonna be easy.
I remember. I think I might have told this story, but I went to there's a bar near where I lived in San Francisco, and I was there with a friend back when I was smoking cigarettes. So I'd like step out occasionally and smoke. And this guy was just getting off his shift, and I can't remember what we were talking about. He's like, oh, I work here. I'm like, oh, nice, man. It's a cool spot. You know, it's like they had everything I needed, some TVs, good bar food, and good drinks. And he's like, oh, it's great. He's like, have you come to the brunch here? And I was like, no, is it good? He's like, we will black you the fuck out. And me and my friend looked at each other like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't get it through his head because I think he was wasted. He's like, I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, so is it like waffles or something? He's like, bro.
Don't worry about that.
We will black you the fuck out. And I'm like, does this work? Have you told anyone this? And they show up because they need therapy. Yeah. We will make you forget all the hurt.
The food will suck, but let me tell you this.
Will be numbed.
We use mimosas instead of champagne. It's just vodka. It's just vodka.
It's in a syringe,
Like
dude.
vodka and orange juice? No. Vodka.
Right.
It is a champagne flute of just vodka.
Yep. And we got a fucking our drinks got fun names like Daddy lost out. Guess what? Daddy's lost.
Dude, funny drink names. It's a good one. Like this other one we got is just called Megan's Not Gonna Call You Back.
Dot in parentheses. You're gonna have to deal with that.
Can I get a root beer back? Can I get a Megan's never gonna call you back. You're gonna have to deal with that, and then
A root beer
back.
back.
Like a pickle back.
Like a pickle. Do you have pickle back?
Spicy. Can I get a skinny Megan? It's never gonna call
Can
you
I
back.
get Megan in her prime? Like the hottest Megan's ever been. Not gonna call me back. I feel like you lean on the name Megan. Does that just sound like an X, or was that an X?
I don't know. Yeah, Megan is kind of like, it's not, I don't know any Megans. It
Yeah.
is just kind of a go-to basic name, but it's like not as cliche as Linda or Karen or.
Right. Oh, I know, dude. You've banged one Linda, you've banged them all. Dude, every Linda in my phone has a first letter of the last name. Because there's no way. I mean, if you're just Linda,
You can't just rip it. You don't
sorry,
have,
hon.
You don't have a favorite Linda that doesn't get the initial?
There are so many. I can give you a top 5 in no particular.
Do you actually know
order.
any Lindas?
I don't know a single
I
Linda.
wish I knew a Linda.
Dude, I think I might know a Lindo.
A Lindo.
No, but I want to. Old names are coming back now.
Oh, yeah. Beauregard.
You know,
Bartholomew.
Bo. Actually, I think I grew up with a Bo. He probably growing up in Marin, he probably was a Beauregard.
What other old names are coming back?
Like people are given like
I know you're right. I'm just trying to think of examples.
Lorraine.
Margot.
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe's coming back. Charlemagne. Charlemagne God. Charlemagne the God.
John the Baptist.
Charlemagne the God are two of the oldest names I think I've ever heard of.
It's not the God.
It's the.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's actually really, really not okay for you to say duh. Isn't that funny how you made duh a racist term? That is funny. No, I think it's the THA though. So I'll meet you
something
halfway.
different.
There was
about
something
it.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tupac Shakur. That was actually his name.
Really?
But it just wasn't
That's a cool
spelled
name.
with the number 2. He did that for rap.
It was TU.
Tupac. Yeah. And I think it was like a tribe or some shit.
That's tight.
Pride of Marin County.
What's what?
Yeah, Tupac's from Marin.
No.
Swear to God.
Prove it.
Watch anything about him.
He grew up in Marin?
He went to Tam High School.
No way.
Swear, dude. I mean,
Tupac
he was
Shakur
born in New York. I think he lived like until he was like 6th grade in maybe Baltimore with his dad, but went to Marin and was like a drama kid. Very, very poorly behaved drama kid. Like he was an artist and outspoken.
When did he move to LA then? As an adult?
As an adult, yeah. He started with like Digital Underground. They were like a Bay Area rap group. And then, then he moved to LA. But yeah, he Marin City. He, I guess my friend, her mom was his like private tutor because he was such a bad kid. He would like throw the desk at a teacher and be like, "Fuck you, you stupid fucking bitch."
But he was wealthy enough to have a private tutor?
No, like the school, he went to public school, but the system, like there was no place for him. He was disrupting class. And, I would hear all these wild stories, and I couldn't like separate like fact from fiction. You know, like one girl said like they'd go to off-campus lunch, and he just like as a joke like at the middle of like a grocery store, like a Safeway, just like slap his dick on like the table and be like, "What's up, everybody?" And like it was like as like teenagers, you're like, "That's the craziest shit I've ever seen."
That's a funny joke in high school.
Totally, and
Especially
it's like
back
bold.
then,
Like
before we knew
we're not
that,
showing
like,
each other our
yeah.
penises. We don't even know if ours are right. Mm-hmm. And then my friend's dad told a story. He was playing. He's like, "Oh, Tupac was a little shit." And I was like, "What did Tupac do to you?" And he goes, "I would play like YMCA, like rec league ball."
Right.
And it was like pretty serious basketball.
Were they like the same age?
No, he was way older. Tupac was a kid.
Got it.
But like a punk fucking teenager.
Right.
And he's like, we were playing rec league ball in like Santa Rosa or something. And this kid comes walking around the court with his friends and just nonstop shit talking to these like grown ass men. He's like, you fucking suck, bitch. And like, nice miss, fucking weak ass shit, bitch. I'll fuck you up. And everyone's like, listen, youngster, I'm going to beat the shit. Like, your mom and your dad aren't here. Yeah. Like, we'll take fucking matters into our own hands, And my friend's dad, like, massive former NBA player. And he's
former NBA player.
Yeah. Like,
and he's
playing like rec league ball.
Right.
And getting little teenage Tupac talking shit to him. And I was like, I didn't want to believe it. I'm like, this isn't true. He's like, so one of the guys finally snaps and chases Tupac, and his friends are like standing back, and his teenage friends are laughing. Mm-hmm. Tupac sprints away because he's a tiny kid, climbs under a van and hides under a van, and the guy's reaching under the van to grab Tupac, and Tupac bites his fucking shoulder, like takes a chunk out of his shoulder, and like runs off. And he's like, "A motherfucker bit my fucking shoulder." It's like, I'm like, wait, Tupac bit your friend's shoulder?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'll never forget it, that little piece of shit. And like, he was just a bratty kid, you know? And then I just never.
All of this is like
not true.
I'm gonna look it up, and he's gonna have never been in Marin. Are you fucking with me?
No, I swear to God, he's from Marin City. Yeah. And the jungle.
Yeah, the big.
Dangerous. That was what they called Marin City, the jungle.
Why?
Because it was like a predominantly black community. It was like the ghetto of Marin. It was like historically where black people were like forced to live, and low income housing. And
all right.
I can't believe you didn't know that. Yeah, Tupac's from Marin. And so I didn't believe the basketball shoulder biting story. And then my brother and I, like, one day we like, I can't remember if we saw it like a Best Buy or something, like we were hanging out, but we saw this like low budget like Tupac documentary, like his friends made. Yeah. And they tell the exact story of being there watching this game, and they're like, we clown the shit out of him because he talks so tough, and he's like, I'll beat the fuck out of these guys. He hid under a van and he bit one of them in the shoulder. And
so
I was like,
funny.
What?
That's
it happened.
Damn. Okay.
Like, there was a running joke growing up in Marin where like everyone from Marin City said like he was their godfather. Right. They're like, Tupac was like my uncle basically. And I was like, yeah, if I had a nickel for everyone who said it. But he did like, there was one kid who grew up like playing football, I think with my brother, and his name was Elijah. And I think he tried rap a little bit. But like one of Tupac's first songs, Keep Your Head Up. Mm-hmm. And he goes, this one goes out to my godson Elijah and a little girl named Corinne. And it was like the coolest thing. We're like, dude, he like dedicated this fucking
That's sick.
hit song about like growing up and try to like keep a positive outlook to this, like probably a baby at the time. But.
Right.
Yeah, Marin boy.
You think he's dead?
No, I told you, dude, he's in Marin City.
Oh, still?
Yeah.
He went home.
He went back. No, I think he's living in like Bolivia.
Oh, cool.
Because he teamed up with some guys who actually know how the pyramids were built. This is all public knowledge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's public.
So let's go back. Tupac Shakur lives in Bolivia with the guys that know how the pyramids were built.
Yep.
And
did I stutter?
But you don't know how. They know how and they're not telling, or they will tell?
Oh, if I knew how, do you think I'd be talking about it?
Right.
Because there are powerful figures in play here.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm nervous you even bringing it up.
Well, I'm comfortable bringing it up because I do not know how.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't try to get that information out of me because dude.
I was planted just to keep an eye on you.
Dude.
Our entire friendship's a lie.
What? I would be low-key proud.
I'm just a part of the Illuminati.
I'd low-key be proud. I'd be like, dude, I should have believed all that shit. They made me feel crazy. Yeah, I'd be watching. I like guard my stupid brain. You know, like I'll be on TikTok.
Oh, we've been here many times.
Some guy the other day was like, okay, you want to see something? The exact global coordinates of the pyramids are 0.297. He's like, and if you take the circumference of the inside and the outside of the pyramid, it is 3 decimals off, like to the thousandth, like power, or the thousandth decimal off of that number on where it is on the world. And I'm like, don't do this to me. Like I skip.
Does
instead
he
of
argue?
Going, it's bullshit. I go, I'm afraid to believe.
Does he make an argument of what that means?
He goes, people just want to say it's a weird coincidence.
I love those guys. Where it's just like, you make your own.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos.
I'm just here to stir
some
shit up.
people just want to see the world burn, Master Wayne.
That's a pretty good Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Do you ever hear like old cheesy stories? You know, like it like warms my heart.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Like old timey jokes or something. You know, like old, not like Dangerfield. Dangerfield was brilliant, but like like
not jokes necessarily.
not necessarily. I mean, kind of. Okay, like here's one. I was looking up the Fountain Street. Like, why is it called Fountain? Where's the fountain?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I guess they don't know. There like really isn't one. It was called Fountain Freeway or Fountain Highway because it's like the quickest way to get in and out of Hollywood. And there's an anecdote about that was Betty Davis or Bette Davis. It's spelled Bette.
I think I know this one.
And they say, Johnny Carson goes,
how do you make it in Hollywood?
a lot of young girls want to know like how to get into Hollywood. And she goes, take Fountain.
Yeah, right.
And I read it and my mind went, that's a fun one. I'm going to share that with I can't think of anyone that would be impressed by this. Like I thought like this is nice and I can't wait to tell who won't make fun of me. Like no one.
All of our podcast listeners.
I haven't told. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I can think of 200,000 people.
No, it is fun. Like I think of like my grandpa's like, you know, you could tell people you're half Dutch.
Right.
You like pizza, but you only pay for your half. Her half Italian and half Dutch.
Oh, that's funny.
But you only pay for your half.
That's great.
And you're like, yeah. That's a fun.
What's yours going to be?
It's like bigger than a dad joke. It's a grandpa joke.
Right. Right. And it's you feel how from a different time it was.
Right. Exactly.
What's yours going to be? Like your grandpa joke to your kids.
Ooh.
And you get to pick their ethnicity, or at least half of it.
Well, the half of it would be mine.
Yeah, but then
Or
you
a
joke
quarter
about
of it.
right, a quarter of it. Well, you go, you're a quarter Dutch, you're a quarter Italian.
You're a quarter Italian, you're a quarter Dutch, you're a quarter robot. and you're a quarter alien. I don't know. You know.
Okay.
So my daughter will marry and procreate with a half robot, half alien.
Got it.
And
I thought your wife is just like Torio, dude, I think you're not supposed to ejaculate in your sex robot. It's doing stuff. It's incubating.
No, yeah, I think by this is a couple generations away. I think we'll be pretty woke by then.
Yeah,
we'll be breeding with other species,
right,
from other planets, and universes.
Well, we'll be putting their DNA into our sex robots because I'm not just like fucking a random animal.
Well, no,
it's going in animal? My sexy ass
robot.
An
alien, it's not an animal if it can communicate with you. It's an intelligent life form.
We're animals, dude.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like it's not.
You said another species.
When you say fucking animals,
all right,
it's like
make love to a living lizard thing.
It implies that there's no consent,
right?
Because they're an animal.
Damn, dude, your open-mindedness is making you like the creepiest character in Aliens, where like the thing pops out of the stomach.
Listen
and you're like,
up, man.
Everyone, let's not rush to judgment here. I'm gonna make out with this thing in her belly,
and
we'll
if
see
it
where
wants,
this goes.
and is of age. I don't know how to.
It bit my tongue off, and that's fine. That's fine.
Fine.
That's actually kind of hot.
Where are we?
Oh yeah, you're talking to your quarter alien, quarter robot, quarter Dutch, quarter Italian
grandson,
grandson,
and I'm giving him a joke based on what was funny during our day.
An old cheesy pop joke. Yeah.
Well, sit down, son. Let me tell you a little joke about a little thing we used to have called depression.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Back in my day.
100% depressed.
Yeah. Oh man,
Is there a software update in there for depression? Because we got it.
But yeah, I used to just feel too much, just too much. And
Grandpa's making me sad. I want to go hang out with Alien Lizard Grandma.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alien Lizard Grandma. Spit venom at people I don't like.
Yeah, I feel like grandpa jokes or dad jokes. I mean, that's just what comedy was in their time. Because comedy evolves, but then we're still that's the joke, right? We're still making jokes based on what humor was
back then.
Back then. So we would be talking about, we would be self-degrading ourselves.
And our wives.
And our, yeah. And
please take them.
No, that's not us. That's dad jokes.
Right, grandpa.
But I'm saying for our 2 generations from us, we'll still be telling jokes about
Depression.
I
can't get it up.
Yeah.
Like, our generation can't get it up now. Like, you see all the Roman pills? Like, they're like, hey, it's okay to be young and not hard. And I'm looking to my left and right, and I'm like...
Yeah, it is weird, huh? Like, how many of our friends are having problems?
Yeah.
You having problems?
No,
Yeah.
I don't. Thank God.
If anything, I'm having the other problem. I
My
can't get
problem-
this thing to go down.
Dude, my problem is there a belt for people like us? I feel like we're so marginalized. You know? Like, I'm horny on the subway. Like, I want this to be gone just as much as you guys
Just as much
do.
as you. Is there like an EpiPen situation?
Right.
I can just stab it?
Right. Exactly. You guys, there needs to be more posters about baseball stats on the walls of subways.
Yep. That's what it is.
That was always one that I thought was so weird. Think about baseball. Mm-hmm. Like, now I'm just hard thinking about baseball.
I would try to do that, not for sex, but during, because I would pass out at school when people would talk about blood.
Were?
When people would talk about blood and gore, so I would try to do baseball. Like, I would play a baseball game in my head, like the announcers. And then I'd end up passing out anyway because I was terrible at it. And I'd always wake up, and that was like the first thing I thought about. Where I was like, what was there was like a runner on the second. And they'd be like, oh, that's right, I passed out.
That's weird.
Didn't work.
Dude, okay, have you ever had sex with someone on their period that didn't know? Would that make you pass out?
No.
Like, if you looked and there was
Back
blood?
then it would have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
God, I'd never pass out just from like mental overload. You're you're like those goats.
Yep, totally.
Or a possum. It's just
Yep.
like, dude, don't throw too much at Torio.
It's not gonna
No
be good.
wonder you need comedy, dude. If you had an office job, they'd be like, guys, we cannot put another assignment on his desk.
That's what blows people's mind. Like, because people are so afraid of comedy.
Yeah.
Public speaking. They're like, how do you have anxiety issues, pass out from anxiety, but do stand up?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird
I
in
do
here.
not know. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And hard. And just hard all the time.
And hard all the time.
Like, you're a fucking anomaly, man.
Yeah.
You're meant to be with a fucking half lizard, half
Well, it
robot.
is funny too. Like, I was like thinking about like that, that theater show where it's like I get so much anxiety about like what I'm doing in the back before and after. It's like the 10, 15 minutes you're on stage is like
a blur.
That's the freedom from the anxiety.
Right.
Because you're in it, you're performing.
Yeah.
It's before and after that I'm like in my head.
Yeah. When you started out, were you like bad and then would get anxious?
What do you mean bad?
Like, I would be bad at stand-up, right, when I started?
No, I was always good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You never had a bad night?
No, I had bad nights. But,
you wouldn't like fall apart on stage? You know, like anxiety for me would kick in the middle of my set.
I've had anxiety attacks on stage, but it was never because the set was going bad. And of course I've had bad sets, but it was always other factors.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird that even like doing bad, which is like probably the source of everyone's biggest fear of public speaking, doesn't faze you.
No, but I also like was lucky in the sense that like I was good at stand up early.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like it's sort of like
you were a natural.
No, I mean, it wasn't that. It was like people caught up to me that I started with. But like the people that I started with, I was ahead of them at the beginning.
Right away.
And so that gave me the confidence to know I was good on stage.
Uh-huh.
It's not like I was like whatever. And so I was just fortunate in that way.
Oh, interesting. You're just like, these are the jokes. These are what I'm telling.
I guess so. I mean, no,
just
I was
kinda
like
knew.
super nervous before.
But you like
on
knew
stage,
what
I
you were going to
survived.
do.
Yeah.
That's weird. Were you... That is so fascinating. You know, there's this theory that like, I heard it on a Oprah podcast. So you know it's true.
Damn, you're doing Oprah podcast.
This was
No
years... This
wonder
was
you're
years...
doing so well.
This was years ago. Yeah, my intentions are
Every time
set.
I'm like, man, I don't understand how you're so successful and like not just successful, but like emotionally intelligent and happy. And then you'll tell me things like this, and I'm like, you've been working at this.
Well,
you act like you're just aloof and a dummy, but you're.
It's not. It doesn't feel like work because I don't like listen to it. It's like I think Elizabeth came home one day. I was like, you have to hear this. And I grew up with my mom always pushing self-help stuff on us.
Right.
Like we listen to that we listen to Tim Robbins in the car or Celine Dion. I'm like, fuck, put Tim back on. You know.
That sounds like my mom never gave us the Tim Robbins. We just got the Celine Dion.
My mom loved Oprah.
Yeah, my mom too.
Loved Oprah, and that's like inherently self-help shit.
Yeah.
So this woman Oprah interviewed was like some sort of clairvoyant or some fucking bullshit thing that you would call bullshit that I'm like, yeah, so dumb. I believe with all my might.
Right.
But she basically explained that like people live about like 12 lives. Like we have 12 chances, basically.
Got it.
And then we graduate to something that we don't like. We move on to something that's not like
college, 12th grade, and then college.
I think it might have been 10.
Yeah.
But people skip years. No. She was saying,
If you're hot,
if you were super hot, the teacher's like, ooh, she's a junior dog. You know how school works.
yeah.
So she was saying that like some people, you know, you can kind of see they like have a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
They
Later.
like got it down, which means like they've kind of been through this before.
Yeah.
And other ones are like, we're on our first go round, which is an interesting. I feel like I see that in life, you know.
So where do you think you?
I feel like I'm early. Like I just feel like
where do you think I'm at? Probably
like
early, also, right?
early side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not like grade 10. That's for damn sure. But I would say like you've been around a few times.
I'm confused every day on the existence that we are living.
Oh, I don't think that is something you understand, but I think like your next steps in this existence, like reality.
No. Then what's the fucking point?
Well, that's boring to you because
Like I just
you know
understand how walking works.
It's boring to you because you know it.
I want to know how this what's the point of it all? What year do you learn that?
No, there is no point, dude.
God damn it.
That's the graduation
fucking
speech.
Oprah.
That's my fucking. Don't hire me to do a graduation speech if I become famous.
Oh, I would love it.
None of this matters. I didn't write anything down. I get $100,000, right?
You do.
And you guys didn't even check. All right, what's your guys' deal?
Let's do a Q&A.
What's going on with you?
What's up in the front row?
Don't say graduating, dude.
What is your major? I don't
Take
have
it
any
off the
jokes
thing.
about sociology. Do we have any phlebotomists?
Poli-sci. What is that? Is that like magic?
Is that
Sounds like a spell.
Is that like polyamorous?
Yeah.
Y'all banging?
Economics. Now we're talking my language.
Baking.
Jobs, stock market, up, down. NFTs. Bad. All right, I think we're making some headway here. Nope. Security, you sit right there.
No, in this little hypothetical, what did you get famous from to make you
It's an actor.
just an actor?
I mean, that's the only realistic way where people are going to want to hear me talk at a college. My stand-up isn't like, dude, the brilliant breakdown of the social fabric of society. But like, if I was in a movie about it, you know, where I'm like, we got to get back to the next dimension. They're like, dude, hey, this is Harvard. And I'm like, oh, hey, Harvard. And then I show up and I go, Harvard called me?
You think Harvard? I just assumed you thought it was. You knew it was going to be like
Riverside.
Santa Rosa Junior College.
Riverside.
They're just going to the next college.
And like the students are gonna be like, oh. They're like, oh, it's the guy from
that
what?
Subway
Is
commercial.
he smart though? I'm like, dude, shit's crazy, man.
Shit is crazy.
Do
man.
DMT.
That is your advice for me.
That's my only bullet point. I'm like, why did I put a bullet point next to this? It's the only thing I wrote.
It's the title.
Bullet points just feel speechy.
All right, man. End it on a banger.
I am.
We're in the middle of it? Okay. Finish the speech.
Do DMT. If you don't like weed, don't smoke a ton of it. But do it sometimes. Even if you don't like it, do it sometimes. Because you need to be cool sometimes. I hate to break it. Gotta be cool, man.
You gotta be cool.
What else is going on?
Just to recap, Do DMT.
Me in the middle of my commencement speech. What else? Okay, wait. What was it? Damn it. Okay, I was thinking about it. Now I know it. I'm willing it to knowing it.
Saying it till it's true. It
Okay.
will be true.
Start just like a bunch of things. Like rip off a company. They don't care. They have like bigger fish to fry.
Copyright is a suggestion.
There are so many ways to make money in this world that like you really have no excuse to sit around and do nothing. There's a guy in my town. He goes from small business to small business and he asks if they have assisted hearing devices. And if they don't, he sues them for like 25 grand. The guy is raking it in. Not illegal. Law, you got a law department? You don't? Perfect.
That's what they might call passive income. I'm not sure.
Dude.
But you'll want to get some.
I call it cash money and then flip that
Into DMT.
by buying DMT and then find a guy like do coke. Honestly, do coke. Because like, okay, finance department, you guys are already probably doing it and that's fine. You dial it back on the coke. But everyone else, have a little coke. Because you're going to run into a finance guy and he's going to have ideas about like a stock to short. And I don't know what that is.
But you can't communicate with him unless you do a little coke.
And so
Otherwise, there's a language barrier that you'll get lost.
Meet people. China is something I think you got to go to China. Just go for a little bit.
Like a spring break situation?
Travel. Yeah.
Spring break in China.
Spring break in China. Travel. But like stay in the white parts. Because it's all like resorty. You know, like stay in the
Don't get kidnapped.
Don't like go into the Amazon, but like say you went to the Amazon. You know, the Amazon
store.
Big. The Amazon
They have a grocery store now.
Look at Jeff Bezos and what he did with the Amazon. Look at that. All right, my microphone's dying. Do you guys have like a plug-in thing?
Congrats.
All right, guys, keep up the good work. Okay, in closing. You have to do it in closing. I don't know how to wrap up.
In summation.
Every commencement speech I've ever seen them close is the most powerful. Like Jim Carrey's thing and like Charlie Day even from Always Sunny. Mine's like, okay. In closing, Whoa. Done. That's going to be deep in a little bit, but I should stop talking because now I'm taking away from it.
Yeah.
But it was just B.
Pretend I just like evaporated into pure energy.
Oh, I should have brought smoke bombs. Because then I could like ninja it.
Or like the ring in Lord of the Rings, or I just disappeared. Imagine how sick that'd be.
I heard we're close to making a cloak that actually makes... Okay.
Yes, congrats!